We take you from southeast Nebraska to the Tri-Cities. Congratulations to Auburn, 9-7 victors over Neal. Number 2 of our playoff doubleheader here on News Channel Nebraska. Hastings College is the site as the 8th-seeded Tigers host the 9-seed McCook. Brandon Axemet, Lou Sievker with you, and we are moments away. Lou, we're welcoming our TV audience who just saw O'Neill Auburn. What do we expect to see tonight?
Well, let's hope we see a game as good as that one. That was a great finish. Auburn gets that field goal to win the game. That's excitement. I think you're going to have more points scored here in this one tonight. I think both these offenses feel really good about where they're at and what they do. And certainly this might be a longer game if Hastings has their way, because they want to throw the football a lot. McCook's going to try to limit the number of possessions they get. They're going to try to control the time of possession. If they can do that, I think they have a great chance to win this football game. If not, it could be a long night, because Hastings' offense, especially their passing game, is really, really good.
Let's take a look at our school spotlight, brought to you by Currency, which makes financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag equipment, and more. Visit gocurrency.com. First off, for McCook, population just shy of 7,500 in Red Willow County. They are the Bison, back in Class B this year, Lou, after dropping down to C1 the last session for the previous 2 years for the football cycle. And when you look at Hastings, quite a bigger population, 25,000. Adams County, they are the Tigers, and you look at what these two programs have done. McCook, 2 state titles in 02 and 03. That's 2002 and 2003. Hastings also with 2 titles a little further ago, but also back-to-back years, 93 and 94.
Yeah, so some success for these programs. I got to tell you, I really like this Hastings College setup here. We're vantage point. And it's just a top-notch place here to watch and to call a football game.
Well, we are glad that you're with us. Going from Class C1 in Auburn to Class B here in Hastings, 2 games of high school playoff football on a Friday night on News Channel Nebraska as McCook gets the ball first. And they will start this drive on their own 34. Now, Lou, we talked about it for our online audience, but this McCook offense has a special running back in Tristan Campbell we expect to see a lot of here tonight.
Yeah, almost 1,100 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns, and probably most impressively, almost 7 yards a carry, 6.7 yards a carry. They're going to need that tonight. As we mentioned, the game plan for the Bison is to run the football, muscle it up, and try to keep that possession of that football. And I think Campbell, he's going to get a lot of touches tonight. He'll be very important if McCook's able to do exactly that.
And they go right to Campbell, and nearing his per carry average, right about 6 on first down for the Bison.
Yeah, the key, I think, for McCook, the last time these two teams played, they only had 110 yards rushing, which sometimes, for some teams, that's not so bad. For McCook, that's under their average. They need to run the ball better tonight if they're going to have a chance to come on the road here and get a win.
That game back in Week 6, a 38-23 victory for Hastings right here on this field. As going back to the ground game, and there's a lot of room to run.
Wow.
Look at that, the speed untouched till the end, and a touchdown for McCook, 59 yards.
Wow. McCook wanted to, time of possession was going to be a big thing, but they'll take a 59-yard touchdown run. Big-time run. He had a big hole at the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned it, Brandon. That speed just kind of ran away from that Hastings defense.
Well, we took no time getting warmed up for this one. 2 plays from scrimmage for the Bison, and they are on the board. PAT is good. 7-0. Let's get thanks to Madison County Bank.
Yeah. You see that big hole to start with, and Campbell shows his athletic ability, takes that one to the house.
High school playoff football on a Friday night. McCook leading Hastings here early. We'll be back.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. And by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. The big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Well, welcome back. Instant action here at Hastings College. 2 plays and the Bison find the end zone. 2 carries for Tristan Campbell. That turns into his 12th touchdown of the season. With that run, he's eclipsed now 1,100 yards. And Lou will now have a chance to see what this Hastings Tigers offense has. We highlighted Tucker Sinek, the quarterback, who's passed for nearly 2,000.
Yeah, they'll be throwing it around for sure. I was, as I mentioned earlier, I was watching Sinek warm up and throwing deep balls into the end zone, and he's got the best spiral I've seen in a long time. He was really putting it on the money too. Fantastic passer, and force him to make quick decisions.
Here's a look at that Hastings offense. This starting lineup brought to you by Medica Sinek. We hit on him. He has some great weapons to throw to, the first being Keithan Krings, who has 641 yards entering tonight, and he's not the only weapons.
Yeah, Krings has 39 catches on the season, and surprisingly only 3 touchdowns with that many catches, but he is the go-to guy for this Hastings pass.
So the Tigers go to the ground on second, and look out! A flag is down, but a huge pickup initially for Cooper Cole on the ground. Lou, will it stand?
I think this one's coming back because, well, first of all, we like action, right? We like to see long runs. We already saw one from McCook. Cole really got through there, and I think you might have a hold here against Hastings.
And in fact, it is against the Tigers.
You know, Brandon, I think both these teams, as well as Hastings throws the football, they want to establish some level of a running attack. And you saw a big run, unfortunately, for Hastings, came back on a penalty. For McCook, when they have the football, we saw how run it. Some passes tonight overall to win this football game.
So it makes it a 2nd and 7. Not as much success on the ground here. Cade Satterley bottled up for no gain.
Well, Hastings' style of offense is not quite as certainly you want good down and distance no matter what offense you run, but Hastings' offense is able to, the way they throw the football, able to overcome these pretty well. So we'll see. For McCook, I think you really want to win this down and distance tonight.
Well, Sinek with plenty of time, and he tries to run but has nowhere to go. Brought down from behind for a short pickup.
Well, first of all, good coverage downfield, nobody to throw to, and then nice pressure from this McCook defense.
It was Quentin Terry who tracked him down.
That's a good job, and you go for the ankles, bring him down, don't allow him to get that football away. Now McCook gets a second possession. Last time they had it, it was 2 plays and a touchdown. Wow, great kick. Oh.
Too good of a kick, apparently, as it rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
Thought that one might die inside the 5-yard line. It kept going, but that was a fantastic kick. And now McCook with the ball at the 20. If you're Hastings, you're a little shell-shocked there from that last possession. Again, 2 plays and a touchdown. You've got to try to slow this running game down. And the other thing McCook wants to do is they want to establish that run game and then mix in those play-action passes. Those things only work when you are running the football and running it well. So we'll see if we'll see if McCook continues to run the ball well and then mix in those play-action throws.
Thus far, Campbell 2 carries for 65 yards on that opening drive. There, the Hastings defense bottles him up for a short gain. Reminder that this first quarter is brought to you by John Henry's. Our family serving yours. John Henry's, our first quarter sponsor.
It's been a while since I've been down here to Hastings. This is a nice town, a nice college setup, really kind of a pleasant place to visit here at Hastings, Nebraska.
Second down and 8 for the Bison. Second drive of the game. And we'll see I thought we were going to see a throw, but nice job there by Raleigh, the quarterback, to get out of trouble.
Yeah, Raleigh steps up in the pocket and got something out of nothing. Now you're looking at 3rd down and medium. And we'll see if you're McCook, if you just muscle it up here and try to run the football, or if you try to go away from tendencies a little bit, especially against a team that you've already played. And
so 3rd down and 4. And it's intercepted at the line. What a play by Chance Verton. Believe it or not, his 2nd interception of the season. My goodness.
Wow, Chance Verton is a good receiver, and that helps him out on that defensive side. Watch him just snag this football. That's real good anticipation to go up and catch that. He really timed his jump perfectly, and then a good return. It really sets the Tigers up with great field position about the 13-yard line.
And I assure you, he made that look a lot easier than it actually is as the Tigers go to the ground to Cole on 1st down.
Yeah, Verton has 25 receptions as a receiver and 5 touchdowns. I guess that counts as a reception against the other team there. That was a great catch.
So it's 2nd down and 4, ball on the 7. Here for the Tigers. Back to Cole. Lowering his shoulder, legs are churning, and he tumbles into the end zone. The Tigers are a point away from tying this thing up.
Well, I think you see what Hastings is thinking here. They also want to establish a running game. As well as they throw the ball, if you run the ball well, that sets up that pass nicely. And boy, that's just a good effort there by Cole and by that offensive line, just moving McCook backwards for the touchdown.
Well, unlike our first game of the night, O'Neill and Auburn were scoreless at the half and didn't get anything on the board till midway through the 3rd quarter. We have a touchdown for each team in the game's opening minutes. 7-7 your score as the Hastings Tigers answer. 6:43 to play in the first. We'll be back.
Mid-Nebraska Lutheran Home in Newman Grove, located in a serene residential neighborhood, offering a faith-based community where residents feel at home, with private rooms and a wide range of activities. Residents enjoy a vibrant and supportive environment. Their experienced and caring staff is dedicated to providing personalized care, ensuring each individual feels valued and connected. Mid-Nebraska Lutheran Home, where faith, care, and community come together. Schedule your tour today and experience the warmth.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice and check out these great fall offers. A 2024 Ford F-250 starting at only $47,999, or choose 1.9% financing with approved credit. Check out ZollnerFordBeatrice.com for our $399 a month lease specials on many models in stock. Check out the 2024 full-size hardtop Broncos starting as low as $39,999. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
So the return by McCook brings it to close to midfield. Wasn't the biggest boot by Hastings. We'll see what the Bison have now. The third time with the ball. They had that touchdown to start, interception their last time out, and again, a lot happening, Lou, in the game's opening minutes here.
Feast or famine with McCook offensively so far. Junker with a good return off a short kick. It sets the Bison up with really good field position at the 44-yard line.
Handoff right up the middle. And this is Lee Davidson, just a sophomore, but Coach Vitrosky for McCook said they really like what this young man offers, that he comes in and, is that hammer to follow up what Tristan Campbell can do, the player we highlighted. It's that 1-2 punch for the rushing game for the Bison as we see their offense, again, brought to you by Medica, where you're not just covered, you're cared for.
It's all about the power game here for McCook.
Davidson again. That's a first down and then some.
Wow.
As we get a look at this Hastings Tigers defense, it's a 4-3 that can move into a 3 front. They try to mix their coverages according to Charlie Shoemaker. You look at some of the stalwarts on that defense. Brody Dreyer, 59 total tackles leading the way.
A pretty good defense for Hastings. This drive so far, the first couple plays, just power run game right at that Hastings defense, and McCook's been moving them backwards.
That ball was bobbled at the exchange. Davidson, though, rather, to keep it. Picks up about 3.
Yeah, one thing with McCook is only 8 seniors on this team. It's still a young football team. We talked with Coach in the pregame about a young team even a year ago that was 4-5, and you kind of learn your lessons as a young player, and you see this improvement with this team steadily, and I think they're playing really well right now at the right time of the year.
Well, to your point, playoff football is just a thing for McCook, as you have a nice run up the middle again by Campbell. Last year was the first year the Bison had missed the postseason in over 20. And again, this was a team primarily made up of sophomores and some juniors, and it's the old adage, you take your lumps, and it pays dividends in the following season, which is where the Bison are now.
You see that a lot with young teams. I guess it's what doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right? Well, if you survive some of those lessons, it makes you a better team, and I think McCook is starting to reap the benefits of that right now.
Last carry, an 8-yard pickup by Campbell. Cuts it back inside, another first down. This Bison running game having very few issues moving the ball.
It's interesting because Joe Vitrosky told me that he felt like the best game they played all year was a loss. It was a loss to a very good Scotts Bluff team. They only lost by 6 in that game. But I think you play games like that against good teams and you stay with them and you maybe have a chance to win that game. That gives you a lot of confidence. You see this McCook team. They shut out Lexington the week after that. You just see the confidence right now brewing, especially with this offense.
Play action. And will be a keeper. And pushed out, they mark him at about the 17.
Well, that's what the Bison like to do, that play action. And as I said earlier, when you're running the ball well, that's when that play action works, because the defense really has to focus in on the running game, come up and in run support. And you can freeze that defense with those play action passes. And if McCook's able to continue to run the ball the way they've run it here in this first quarter, they'll be able to be much more diverse offensively.
Campbell.
Wow.
Showing hesitation and finds the end zone, 17 yards out this time. And he is having himself a night here early on.
Wow. Campbell is, first of all, I liked what he did there. We'll see it again on the replay. Just watch him kind of hesitate, wait for the block to develop, hide behind your big fella in front of you. And when that block develops, you shoot through it. He has got some wheels on him. He is a good athlete and very smart. You see the IQ there, that running back from Campbell.
Not only a great running back, he was a state runner-up in wrestling last year, speaking to his athleticism.
Yeah.
That's been on full display thus far as the PAT goes through. 14-7. McCook leading Hastings, 3:31 to go here in the first.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Brandon Axmit, Lou Siefker with you. High school playoff football. Game number 2 of our doubleheader on News Channel Nebraska, and McCook leading Hastings 14-7 with 3.5 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, Brandon, you like defensive football. You watch Auburn O'Neill. You like offense. I think you come to us here. This is a fun game so far. Already 21 points on the board in the first quarter, and I expect quite a bit more to come.
Play action for Sinek, steps into this one, hits his open receiver for a huge gain, connecting to Brody Dreher, and that is a 30-plus yard pickup for the Tigers.
And Dreher got open there across the middle and then over to that right side. I think one thing you'll notice today with Sinek is how well, it's not just a good spiral, but he puts the ball in receivers' hands. Great ball placement. And if you're a receiver, you love playing with guys like that because he makes it a lot easier when the ball is thrown really well.
Not much there on the ground. Ball carried. I believe that was Cole. Short gain.
Yeah, again, Hastings trying to they're trying to be multidimensional, and they run the ball well. In their wins this year, point-wise, they've averaged almost 42 points a game.
Sinek flushed out of the pocket on the run. Verton, we saw his great hands on that interception, unable to haul it in there.
Yeah, that was a difficult catch because of where you were on the field, trying to keep your feet down in the field of play and also catch the football. That one comes up empty. Now you're 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers.
Let's get a look at our McCook defense, brought to you by Medica. Tristan Campbell, he's a great running back, but he does a lot on the defensive side of the ball as well. Plays that DB spot as there's an incomplete pass for the Tigers, and in large part because that McCook defense played very stout there.
Yeah, Oliver Corbett there on the blitz pressured Sinek, really made him get rid of the football. You see there, it was a screen. It was set up. That's a good call against that blitz. But the pressure came so quickly and forced Sinek to get rid of the football much quicker than he wanted to, and the play was not able to develop. Now it looks like Hastings on 4th and 9, they're going to go for it.
McCook doesn't bring any pressure. Sinek going for it. Oh, and it's right there in the breadbasket for Krings, who more times than not will make that catch, but not on that occasion.
We see that throw. That's exactly what I was watching in pregame, and you see how well Sinek throws the football. Krings is a really good receiver. There's pretty good coverage there by McCook. And able to knock the ball, just get it. I think he got his hand on it there. I believe that was Junker on that coverage. Great job. So Hastings is turned away, and boy, the first and the third possessions of the first quarter. Now this is number 4 already for McCook. McCook's running game looked unstoppable.
The only hiccup they had offensively was when they went to the air and Verton intercepted it. There's about 3, maybe 4 on the ground there. Again, Campbell.
Well, the great Woody Hayes once said that when you throw the football, 3 things can happen. Two of them are bad. So maybe that's a thought that Coach Petrosky will have. I'm sure they're going to continue to look to throw the football. That was a great defensive play on that interception.
Second down and 6 for the Bison. This time to the fullback, Davidson. Picks up 5.
Well, it seems like we talk about it pretty much every week, but teams like McCook that run the ball, they have to stay ahead of the chains. They have to be on schedule, and you want to set yourself up for these 3rd and shorts, and that's exactly what McCook is doing here. 3rd down and 1, you got to like their chances. The way they've been running the football so far tonight, really in the Bison's wheelhouse right now.
Another good run by Campbell, first down.
And a running game, Brandon, this running game, 110 yards a month ago when they played Hastings. And I'm pretty sure, I think Campbell's got that already by himself, does he not, or pretty close?
I say he's nearing the century mark when you reel off that 60-yard run to start things. Well, give me a second to total that up. 94 unofficially.
Wow.
And that'll put him, oh no, excuse me, that was Davidson. 12 yards, though, for the sophomore.
Yeah, Davidson's been effective as well. And you notice, if you're Hastings, you got to be a little worried because they're not doing a whole lot of fancy stuff, McCook, right now. They're running the ball right at you. And you've got to try to force them, at least out on the edge, you force them to do some other things. If they're able to run the ball right directly at your defense and you can't stop them, it's going to be a long night.
Well, it's 1 quarter in the books, and the Bison of McCook have the 7-point advantage. It's 14-7 after 1. Stay with us here on News Channel Nebraska. You're watching high school playoff football.
Life can move at a pretty fast pace here in Nebraska. From lights on to lights out, there's no stopping our work ethic. That's why at Nebraska Public Power District, we take pride in keeping you going. Pride in knowing that your power grid is consistently ranked one of the nation's most reliable and resilient. We take on the challenges 24/7 because electricity is the lifeblood of your day, and powering your day is what motivates us to do our very best. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Welcome back, second quarter. Now officially underway. McCook doing what it did all first quarter, handing it off to Campbell and having a good result, Lou.
Yeah, they have, again, it's not been a whole lot of fancy. And boy, I tell you what, Campbell, one thing I like about him is after he gets through that hole, if there's a defender waiting for him, he's not looking to run around him. He's looking to run through him. He's a physical running back. You mentioned runner-up wrestler. You see the sort of competitor he is. And I'm guessing you're going to see a lot of him here carrying the football the rest of the way.
Fresh set of downs, ball on the 21. And there Campbell goes again. He's very rarely, Lou, getting hit at that first level. At first contact's usually not coming till he gets to the linebackers.
Yeah, you're right. I think in that play he did a good job just sidestepping a defender, making a guy miss. But that offensive line has done the job so far. The Bison, looking like Bison up front. They're just paving the way.
And giving a shout out to those young men in the trenches, Trey Tiller, Davian Hansen, Simon Garcia, Quentin Terry, and Beckett Heskett.
Got to give the big ugly some love.
Going back to the ground on second down and 6. Hastings defense holds, allowing just a couple there.
Yeah, better job now. You have third and medium. McCook so far 2 of 3 on third down, and those 2 third downs were third down and 1, and the one they didn't get was third down and 4, so we got another third down and 4. I'm guessing for McCook, depending on what happens on this play, if they're able to come close, they'll be going for it on fourth down.
And Campbell tripped up. He will be a yard short. To your point, though, I think if you're McCook, you like your chances. Well, actually, no, they mark him. Looks like a couple yards short. I misspoke.
Yeah, I think they only gave him a yard there. Somebody in that Hastings defense got their hand, I believe, on along the ankle there, and it just tripped him up. But 4th and 3, it looks like, no doubt about it, Coach Petrosky is leaving the offense out there. They're going for it.
Looks like you'll have 2 lead blockers for Campbell, who follows him. And it'll be a first down. The drive continues for the Bison.
Yeah, you see the confidence. I mentioned that word earlier, and it just exudes right now with this McCook offense. They feel like they're unstoppable, and they have been. Outside of the turnover, the interception that Hastings had, it's been McCook marching the ball downfield and doing exactly, I think, even with the long touchdown run on that first drive, you still ultimately like these long drives, take time off the clock, and keep that Hastings offense on the sideline.
First and goal to go for McCook. Looking to make this a 2-possession ball game. Davidson just short.
Oh man, you got to give the fullback that touchdown. Come on, Ralph. He was reaching over that white line there. You got to love the fullback.
Coming right into your living room.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, Brandon. These guys are getting 3-4 yards before anybody touches them. That's great job, great blocking ahead of that. Now we got a guy down here for the Tigers.
Looks like that's Royer de Lorera. So we'll take a break here. 8:34 to play before the break.
Stop into Zollner Ford of Beatrice and check out these great fall offers. A 2024 Ford F-250 starting at only $47,999, or choose 1.9% financing with approved credit. Check out ZollnerFordofBeatrice.com for our $399 a month lease specials on many models in stock. Check out the 2024 full-size hardtop Broncos starting as low as $39,999. We are Zollner Ford of Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Yes, we are a bank. Keeping your money safe and secure is something we take very seriously. We are also serious about knowing your banker by name. Owned by families to serve families. Making decisions locally. Yes, we're a bank, but we are the better bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient.
Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
By Area Substance and Alcohol Abuse Prevention. More info about vaping, alcohol, and opioid addiction at asaap-ne.org. 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the better bank. And by Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop by your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and parts needs.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
And welcome back here to Hastings College, 14-7 your score. Training staff, first aid teams on the field currently tending it to Hastings High's Royer De Loera. And we believe it's a leg injury, but we're still in our current injury timeout. We'll take another break and return when we can, 14-7.
Step up to the starting line with Woodhouse Ford. Feel the power of the all-new 2025 Ford trucks and SUVs and shop with confidence at one of our 3 convenient locations. Your journey with Woodhouse doesn't end with your purchase. Our certified technicians guarantee your vehicle is running right to help you cross the finish line. Explore our huge selection in person or online and take advantage of current offers. Shop like a champion with Woodhouse Ford.
Area Substance and Alcohol Abuse Prevention. More info about vaping, alcohol, and opioid addiction at asaap-ne.org. 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the better bank. And by Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration.
Your child is your whole world, and you want nothing but the best for them. Here at Faith Regional Physician Services Pediatrics, we couldn't agree more. Which is why our providers are dedicated to offering the highest level of care to those who matter most to you. Our pediatric experts not only specialize in teddy bears, stickers, and smiles, but most importantly, your child's growth, development, and overall health. As a parent, you can expect our providers to deliver comprehensive, personalized care to help your child grow happy and healthy while ensuring you and your child feel safe and heard. Whether your child has a boo-boo, needs a well child visit, or is under the weather, our pediatrician, Dr. Samantha Roy, and advanced care practitioner, Kayla Daniels, are here every step of the way to offer advice, treatment, and preventative care. Faith Regional Physician Services Pediatrics, specializing in what is special to you.
Sports is brought to you by Whoopers and Hoopers. For more information about upcoming youth and adult tournaments, check out Whoopers and Hoopers on Facebook. And by South Heartland District Health Department, serving Adams, Clay, Nuckolls, and Webster counties.
And welcome back. Just coming out of the injury timeout, Royer De Loera taken off on a stretcher after being tended to by medical staff. It appeared to be some sort of lower extremity injury. The call that went into Mary Lanning was for a potential dislocated hip, but we're wishing him the best as we are now resuming to game action. 8:34 remaining in the half, and the McCook Bison about to punch this in again with a 2nd and goal inside the 1.
Yeah, inside the 1. It's going to be difficult, I think, right now, just really for both teams, but certainly for Hastings, just to get your mind right after you see a teammate carted off.
And there is the touchdown signal officially. Bison finding it again, and it's Campbell, his 3rd trip to the end zone tonight.
Yeah, that's Campbell has been very good, and so have the big dudes up front. Campbell just kind of waltzes into the end zone. It took a while. I don't know if the officials couldn't find him or what, but it took a few seconds there to give that touchdown call clearly in the end zone. And boy, McCook taking control of this game right now. Oh, off the upright, so close.
So it stays 20-7. But the Bison well in control here. 8:23 remaining in the half.
Well, I think the word I would use is get into a groove, get into a rhythm offensively. This is a rhythm offense. You've got to be able to find that rhythm. And, a touchdown here gets you right back in the ballgame.
And a lot of room to run for Cooper Cole. And then a flag comes in after the 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, it's going to be a face mask at the end of that play. So that will give Hastings, should give them 15 yards.
While the officials confer, let's take a look at that. Our 2nd quarter sponsor. It's brought to you by O Street Carpet in Lincoln. Check out O Street Carpet. Steve Carper and the crew will take care of your flooring needs near the intersection of 17th and O in Lincoln.
And there's the march off Brandon for that face mask. And Hastings now in McCook territory.
7:31 before halftime. High school football on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. It's also presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Fumble on the snap, and the Bison recover. Quentin Terry falls on it. McCook.
Yeah, it's a big break. Now the turnovers have evened, but it's been McCook that's really been moving the football. They get the ball at midfield after that fumble. Just not a good exchange there. The ball on the turf, and Terry jumps on it, the senior. He's not ready for the season to end. And the mistake for Hastings really sets the Bison up with a chance to take a stranglehold on this game here about midway through the second quarter.
Not much there on the ground for Davidson. Looks like that was Cole Walter perhaps plugging the hole first for Hastings.
Yeah,
oh, excuse me, that was Jazor Trochis Oriana.
Yeah, Hastings need to put McCook in some bad down and distance situations. They've not been able to do that tonight to this point. Now 1 yard gain on that first down play. Try to get the Bison off schedule and behind those chains and force them into some predictable passing situations.
Well, a good second effort will make this third and manageable. That one from Campbell kept his legs moving.
Yeah, that looked like it was maybe a yard gain. Campbell turns it into a 4 or 3 yard gain, I guess. So got a little bit more than what it looked like he was going to get. McCook, 3rd down and 6. And again, you're kind of thinking, on Hastings' side of the field, depends on what happens on this play. You may have a 4th down play already in mind.
Rolling out, Rail in trouble, gets away from 2 Tigers, cuts it up, and will still go down for a sack. That was excellent pressure by Hastings. Xander Lonkling, the one to finally take him down.
Well, almost look like Raleigh here as he changes direction. You're right, Brandon. That was great pressure by Hastings. Gets away, and then he kind of cuts it up. If you get a block and get outside, he might still be running. But great stand there for Hastings. Off the fumble, no damage done.
And another nice punt. And that one rolls out inside the 2.
Wow.
Excellent special teams there by the Bison.
Watch this kick. Yeah, it looked like he might pull it down there and try to run for the first down. Better decision there to kick it. It rolls. You're not going to get a better roll than that. Rolls out just outside of the 1 yard line. That's a fantastic kick.
I believe that was Ty Junker who gets the credit for that punt. Ball actually on the 1 yard line, so the Tigers needing to go 99. Bison with pressure. There's a completion on the curl route. Catch made again by Consbrook, his 2nd of the night.
Yeah, keep that play in front of you. Gave up about 7 yards on that, but Hastings, that's kind of some of their game anyway, is they'll hurt you with some of those short passes and then burn you long.
Sinek in trouble.
Oh my goodness.
He goes down. Did the ball pop out?
Touchdown.
The Bison have scored a touchdown.
Wow. What a game-changing play that was.
Oliver Corbett, the one to recover it in the end zone for McCook.
Well, let's watch this pressure here. It's coming from the right side of your screen. And that is a great job. Corbett not only gets the sack, but recovers the ball in the end zone. That is, folks, is getting it done. Great play by Corbett. Great pressure, and then the recovery of the fumble in the end zone. And my, oh my, the Bison have come to play tonight.
And Corbett was untouched, Lou, off the edge. You saw Sinek had no idea he was coming. He gets the strip sack, fumble recovery, and McCook now leading by 20, 27-7 with 4:19 to play. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska. McCook on top of Hastings.
When the game wraps up or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
You're proud of the community you live in. Taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
Welcome back. Hastings Tigers shell-shocked right now as you had the strip sack in the end zone that turns into a touchdown for McCook, 27-7. And Lou, this was right after Hastings thought they did something good after they fumbled it. Then they forced a 3-and-out and punt. But then disaster strikes again.
Yeah, the second fumble was a big one because it turns into a touchdown. What happened on that play, McCook guessed right on that blitz. They blitzed off the left side, and Hastings' play was going to the right. Sinek never saw Corbett coming. We all saw it, but he didn't because he's looking the other way, and Corbett makes the hit and gets the recovery.
Nothing doing on the ground. That was a herd of bison.
For sure.
Wrapping up Cole there.
Yeah, really impressed with McCook right now and the way they've played in this ball game. I mean, we figured this would probably go 4 quarters and be a tight game.
It was a 38-23 victory for the Tigers. Both teams played Scottsbluff, Hastings in Week 7, McCook in Week 8. The Bearcats got the better of the Tigers, 41-6. And earlier this broadcast, you alluded to the fact that was at home for Hastings.
Yep.
McCook went on the road to Scottsbluff, lost by just 6 to the Bearcats, 20-14, in what Coach Petrosky said was the Bison's best performance of the year.
Well, I've been banned from the transitive properties. I've been there's a trespass warning. I can't go there. So
fair enough. Fair enough. It can get you in trouble.
It could. But yeah, we'll go back to what Coach Petrosky told us is that their best game was that Scottsbluff game. You lost the game. Sometimes that happens. You play a really good team. I think you could go not too far away with Nebraska a week ago maybe against Ohio State. You lost the game, but you found something in your team. And, boy, they're really playing well here tonight. They shut out Lexington a week ago. They're really playing solid football.
So now you have Verton in the Wildcat who takes the snap. And he gets 5 on second down.
Yeah, you know, the good thing for Hastings, you're down 20 is a bad thing, but you still got to have to play. I mean, you've got to keep playing, and you've got to shake it off. You've had some mistakes. Certainly one of your players got hurt and had to be carted off with a lower, I believe, a hip injury, and so you've got to shake those things off now and start playing football. And you certainly, especially with this offense, this is a high-flying offense. They still can come back and win this thing.
And Verton still taking the snaps. Now you have to wonder if perhaps Sinek was injured on the last time the Tigers were out. That's 2 snaps in a row for Verton, who was taken down for a loss on the play, and it brings up 4th.
Wow. Yeah, that will be something we'll have to watch. You got Mr. Sinek on the sideline there. Got his helmet on. Appears to be okay. We'll have to watch that as we go on.
So Verton now also doing punting duties for the Tigers. Fair catch made at the 15. .151 left. McCook leads 27-7 here on News Channel Nebraska. High school playoff football is presented by Faith Regional. When you need exemplary care, have Faith. Also presented by Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time, and Medica as well, a presenting sponsor. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. So the Bison start on their own 15. Everything thus far has been going McCook's way. Pads popping there, 1-yard pickup for Campbell. A reminder to stay tuned for our Visit Kearney halftime show. We'll have plenty to discuss. You can find it all in Kearney. Also, we'll have our halftime highlights during that show, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Just around the corner as the clock continues to roll, 1:20 and counting left in the second.
I don't think McCook is going to do anything too crazy here. You like the fact that you're up 20 on the road. Don't want to risk a turnover. They're not in any hurry. I think they're going to allow, unless you bust one here, you're going to allow that clock to roll a little bit.
Fullback dive.
Brandon, the winner of this game plays the winner of Bennington and Grand Island Northwest. Well, Bennington, 8-1 Bennington, that won. You don't see that very often with Bennington. They lost a game to Scott. They're up 27-0 in the second quarter, so it looks like the winner of this game is going to get the Badgers.
I was going to say they are at least beatable. We now know that from that Scott win. But first loss in like 3 years, I believe. So they had like a 50 or 60 win streak going.
Yeah, it was
something crazy.
Yeah.
Clock continuing to dwindle. And it'll be a first down for Campbell, but the Bison should let this one run down.
Well, it's first half. The clock stops here now. It's ticking away again. This first half, 27-7, but it's been all McCook. They have dominated here in the first 2 quarters.
So we head to the locker room with the Bison on top. McCook 27, Hastings 7. You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska. Stay tuned for our halftime show.
Just finished an epic game? Keep the excitement going with a stop at Good To Go convenience store on your way home. Refuel with a fresh coffee. Grab a tasty sandwich and fill up your tank to be ready for the next adventure. Whether you're celebrating a win or discussing the highlights, Good To Go has all your post-game refreshments covered. Make it a part of your game day routine.
Good To Go post-game snacks.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. And by The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright.
no need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
New home on the horizon? Loan it to own it. Need a new car to keep you moving? Loan it to own it. Looking for a new adventure? Loan it to own it with Liberty First Credit Union. Liberty First Credit Union is there for every step of your journey. Anyone can join to receive low payments and fixed rates to help get you through every new milestone. When you're ready to own it, loan it through Liberty First Credit Union.
Beautiful evening in central Nebraska. Hastings College, the venue. Unfortunately for the home team fans, the Tigers are down. Your score is 27-7. McCook dominating in that first half here on News Channel Nebraska. Currently halftime show, and it's a great time to let you know that the Kearney Sportsplex, it's coming to a town near you in this spring. It's owned by the city of Kearney, and it plans to open in early 2025. And Lou, are you a pickleball player?
I
feel like you might be, or you could
play.
be.
I have never played the game. I've wanted to play, and I know we talk about this every week. I got to get to Kearney in 2025 and start playing pickleball.
They'll have 4 pickleball courts for you, 9,000 square feet. They'll have spectator seating so they can watch you dominate playing pickleball. Also a 300-meter track. On top of that, they have turf fields for batting cages and soccer, and a gym for all sorts of different things. Volleyball, basketball, and again, the point of this is to be a complex between Lincoln and Denver that can host single-day, weekend, multi-day events. Youth sports is its target, and the community is really, really excited about what it will offer. Welcome back to Hastings, Nebraska. Glad you're with us. News Channel Nebraska playoff football on a Friday night, and we're just about to get ready for third quarter action. And Lou, all McCook in the first half, 27-7. The good news for Hastings is they get the ball, but man, this is going to be a pivotal drive. You feel it's either going to make or break this game for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's another. Sometimes it's almost cliche when you say that the first drive of the second half will kind of dictate how this game goes. I think it's very true in this game. Hastings needs something here offensively. Their one score came off a great interception by Burton, the defensive end there in that first half, that set them up for a short down in distance. But now they've got to put together some drives. They've got to drive the football.
And aside from that Burton interception that set up the short field, the Tiger offense hasn't seen a lot of luck. And again, interesting, Lou, because Sinek, the nearly 2,000-yard passing quarterback for Hastings, still not on the field. It's Burton. We saw him take the last 2 snaps for the Tigers. He remains out there.
Wow. Yeah, that no offense to this young man, but Sinek has been Mr. Everything for Hastings this year.
And Burton to the air. He's got a good spiral. Connects with Broen Hartman. Picks up 10 right at the first down marker.
Yeah, Burton's going to stay in. He ran to the sideline there, and he talked with Coach Shoemaker, and now he's back out there. So I don't think you're probably going to see Sinek again here the rest of the game. Burton, a good athlete. That's a nice pass there. But it's a tall order to just step in down 20 as the backup quarterback.
Burton again to throw, and that looks like the exact same play. Hartman again with a catch, this time for 6. This third quarter is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. Husker Rehab.
A couple of short hitch passes there from Hastings, picking up yardage. And right now, they just need to, they don't worry about the clock. You can't get 20 points back on one drive. You've just got to execute on this drive and put some points on the board.
And Burton's going to tuck it and run. Falling forward, marked maybe a foot shy of the first down marker.
Well, Oliver Corbett blitzed from that left side again. Good blitz pickup this time. Watch number 21 there, but a good blitz pickup by Hastings. And I think that was Cole, the fullback, did a nice job to pick up Corbett before he could get to his quarterback.
Corbett, the one who actually hit Sinek in the end zone, caused the fumble and the score. That was the last we saw of him, so perhaps seems Sinek was injured on that play specifically. Carry up the middle for Cole for one.
Again, it's about putting together the drive here. Hastings in that first half was 0 for 3 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth. They again had the short field off the interception. That was really the only offense they had in the first half. Now Burton doing a good job here early in this drive, just kind of moving this team down the field.
Burton rolling, overshoots his target. He's trying to find Dreher.
Yeah, I do not see Sinek down on the field right now. We saw him earlier. He had his helmet on, and got to believe that maybe they're concerned maybe about a concussion or something like that. He appeared to be moving fine earlier.
Getting another look there on the Madison County Bank instant replay. At Madison County Bank, they're here to help you grow. Third down and long. Burton going for it all. Receivers behind the defensive back, incomplete. Hartman, the intended target. The home fans here wanting a pass interference. Not going to get it.
On college ball, this is probably pass interference, but in high school, there is no face guarding penalty. Campbell does not turn around for the football, but I don't know that there was contact before the ball got there, but he was in his face. Again, a college ball, this is likely going to be pass interference. But McCook is going to get the football back up 20. The first possession here of the third quarter.
Punt bounces at the 15, fielded at the 9. And good special teams coverage by the Tigers as McCook takes over near the 15.
You got to have a guy down there that's not afraid to field that ball. That ball bouncing around, sometimes can be pretty scary. You don't want to fumble the ball down there, but I believe that was Alex Landry there that fielded that. And did a nice job just to save a little bit of field position. And as you mentioned, good coverage, good punt coverage that time by the Tigers.
Playoff football on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. If you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items, Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details.
Still got it.
And it's a keeper for Raleigh, and he takes it all the way near the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure if that was like a read play, or yeah, he just pulled it out of his back's belly there and does a spin move, and Raleigh does a good job to pick up a lot of yards there in the first down. That was an unusual looking play, but it worked very well.
20-yard pickup for the quarterback. First and 10 now for McCook as they near midfield. We talked about it in the first half, but Hastings has had a tough time stopping this running game, and Campbell was a shoestring tackle away from perhaps finding the end zone for the fourth time.
Yeah, very, very close. It was Dreyer that made the tackle. Otherwise, he's probably still running. Watch Dreyer number 10 come in and get a nice tackle around the ankles. Great job there. That could have saved a touchdown, and in very least, Campbell would have gotten a big chunk play out of that one.
17 carries, 171 yards, 3 touchdowns, and counting for Campbell so far tonight.
That's a good point. It's a lot more coming. He's probably going to be over 200 before this one's done.
That was going to him, but we have a pre-snap whistle. Ball start against McCook.
In a relatively penalty-free game here. And for McCook, we talk about rhythm, and certainly Hastings and the style of offense they run, that passing offense, rhythm's a big deal, but it is also for a running game. And the one thing you don't want to do is to, even a 5-yard penalty, we talk about it so much, stay on schedule. You don't want to start putting yourself behind the chains and lose that rhythm that you've had here so far in this ballgame.
And Cole standing up Campbell. Just a gain of 2. High school playoff football on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. And also Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. 27-7 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A stop today. 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. This time the Bison right up the middle as Raleigh hands it off. It'll set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long for McCook. McCook 3 of 6 there in that first half on 3rd down and 1-on-1 on 4th down. 3rd and 9, not where you want to be. That's where that penalty puts you. We'll see we'll see what McCook elects to do, if you take a chance or you just continue to pound the rock.
And more laundry on the field.
I think this was going to be on Hastings. Well, that's a mistake by the Tigers. You really had McCook where you want him. 3rd down and 9. Talked about that before. Put McCook in those situations where you know they're going to likely throw the ball. Or at least a better chance than not that they're going to throw it. Now you're a medium range with 4 yards to go.
Campbell gets the handoff. Tackled right at the 40. It should be enough to move the chains.
Yep. First down, Bison.
So, Lou, you've had issues stopping this Bison running game for the majority of the night. What do you do to slow it down? That's what Coach Shoemaker is trying to figure out.
If you have Ndamukong and Sua in the stands, maybe you call him out and ask him to play.
There we go.
Other than that, I don't know what you do. I mean, they've been winning the war up front. There's a lot of intricacies with football, but it comes down a lot of times to that line of scrimmage and who's stronger up front. Tonight, it's been McCook.
Campbell with 8 on first down. It's his 20th carry of the night. Still going strong.
Quick scores from Class B, Brandon. The final tonight, Elkhorn North over Elkhorn, 35-14. And Gretna East, the 10 seed, beats the 7 seed Gehring, 44-7. Pius and Seward, last report, were tied at halftime. Seward, the number 2 seed, Pius, 15 seed. We'll try to keep tabs on that and still have the same score with Bennington all over Northwest at last report, 27-0.
27-7 McCook Stuffed on second and short, nowhere to go. Nice job there by that Tiger defense. Let's do that a couple more times.
Yeah. They have not fared well in those short yardage situations against this really strong running attack.
That was Kiker and Cole combining for the tackle there for Hastings to set up 3rd now and 3. And that'll be against McCook. Little over-eager.
Yeah, that's, and I'm sure that'll drive Coach Petrosky a little crazy there, because you're 3rd and 3, man. You're right where you want to be, and you're in the part of the field where you're probably going to go for it if you don't get it on 3rd down. So you're really in a good spot. That penalty, I don't know, the 5-yard penalties, but again, that just takes you out of what rhythm you had going, and kind of forces you to do something maybe that you don't want to do here. We'll see if they put the ball in the air.
It's play action, 3rd and 8. Raleigh in trouble. And he'll be about 3 yards short.
Yeah, tried to play action, not fooled, but they did not fool Hastings. And Raleigh does tuck it down there and pick up a relatively good gain based on the fact that you were nearly sacked. So 4th and 4 at the 34-yard line. You're kind of in that no man's land. You don't really want to punt. You're not going to gain much field position. So the Bison going to go for it here.
That was Krings for Hastings who chased him down. 4th and 4 here for McCook.
Trying to get the Tigers to jump. They jumped once already. Probably not going to get it here, though. Yeah, there's the penalty.
So the play clock winds down, and McCook sends out the punt team.
Well, you don't get any points on that possession if you're McCook. The good thing is, if you're McCook, you can run a lot of clock. You're up 20. You're all right. You know, certainly you want to put points on the board and maybe put this game out of reach. But if you don't score, you're all right with spending a lot of time and really shortening this game for Hastings. Hastings needs 3 scores. Star quarterback out of the ball game. It's going to be tough right now.
And that's another excellent punt by Pullman, but we have a lot of laundry on the field.
What was a penalty-free game, no longer.
Pullman boots it away, and yeah, that would just be a block in the back, it appears.
Yeah, and you don't need that with the ball going out of bounds. You just don't need. That's a silly penalty, and that really, you know, we talked about McCook hurting themselves and putting themselves in the down and distance they don't want. Right now, the field position just terrible for Hastings when you're trying to make a comeback.
And the last time the Tigers had their backs against the end zone, it didn't turn out well for them. Burton will give Hastings some breathing room as he gets across the 10 with his legs.
Yeah, Burton made the biggest play of the day for Hastings on that interception that set up their first and only touchdown of the game. Now he's has the unenviable task of replacing Sinek, who is apparently out with an injury the rest of this game. So you've just got to now, again, you go back to what we said the last possession. You've got to find a way to put points on the board and make this thing close.
And Burton up the middle. Takes a hard hit, but looks like he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, I think he does. That's a good hit there by Kalen McCorkle. linebacker there for the Bison.
So Verton, now quarterback for Cynic, a 3-year starter. Trying to get the Tigers back into this one. There's his 3rd completion of the night. That time it's caught by Krings.
And McCook will allow those short out patterns all night. Up 20, you're going to let them, run some clock here. You just try to, if you're McCook, you're trying to keep everything in front of you right now. You don't want to get burned. You don't want to have one of the McCook, or rather the Hastings receivers get behind you and get a big play. But I don't, as good as Burton is as an athlete, not the quarterback that Cynic is, and does not throw quite the same football.
Short pickup of 1. There by Cole, sets up 3rd and 1. Now under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Glad you're with us for game 2 of our high school football playoff doubleheader. The first game of the night on NCN, a 5 o'clock start. Auburn comes out on top of O'Neill in a 7 versus 10 seed matchup, 9-7. The score of that one is the Bulldogs advance to the 2nd round. Of course, us at News Channel Nebraska will be televising playoff games every Friday for the next 3 weeks. 2nd round playoffs obviously next Friday, semifinals the following Friday, and then our postseason coverage is capped off by that 6-man state championship in Kearney.
Yeah, that's that 6-man game. That's always fun to watch. That's a interesting game. I've never been able to call a 6-man game, but those are interesting ball games to watch.
Always have to touch up on those rules.
Yeah.
1st and 15 in those games as Verton gives it a toss and falls incomplete. Well, that could have nearly close to being a pick 6.
Yep, that certainly could have been. Off the penalty, 2nd and 15. Watch the ball just kind of floats up there, and it's behind the receiver. So Hastings fortunate that McCook did not pick that one off.
$27.7 your score on the Midway Auto scoreboard. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com. 2nd and long. Verton in trouble and hit as he throws.
Yeah, he's lucky to get rid of that one. McCook all over him on that play. Trey Tiller, number 55, the big fella, 6'1", 215 junior, in on that tackle, or in on that pressure, rather. Burton just did a good job just to get rid of it.
So 3rd and long facing the Tigers as we get another look on that Madison County Bank instant replay. Pressure coming from the outside. Verton stepping into it.
There you go.
On the money. Keithan Krings will take this to the house, and the Tigers have renewed life. 81 yards.
Just what the doctor ordered. And that's what we talked about with McCook. You didn't want to allow. You're going to allow him to matriculate the ball down the field and burn clock. You didn't want to give up a big one. Verton gets pressure, but steps up against that pressure and hits his man there in a strike. And Krings takes it to the house. Krings is a big play receiver for this ball club. They still have some good receivers out there. And Verton throws a nice pass there. Big play for the Hastings Tigers.
So things just got a little more interesting here in Hastings. McCook 27, Hastings 14. late in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're watching playoff football on News Channel Nebraska.
The Chinese Communist Party weaponizes technology, from spy balloons to cyber attacks. And they use TikTok to target our kids and push their propaganda.
Conservative fighter Pete Ricketts.
That's why I was the first governor in America to ban TikTok on state devices and help pass a law banning our adversaries from owning TikTok. Now I'm working to fight China spying and stop the communists from buying our land. Enough is enough. I'm Pete Ricketts, and I approve this message.
Diabetes is known as the silent killer. 90% of adults who have prediabetes don't know they have it. Are you one of them? In Hastings, 77% of our adult population ages 30 to 70 is overweight and at risk. Scan the code or visit our website to take the risk assessment. While there, learn more about the Smart Moves Diabetes Prevention Program, supporting and encouraging participants to eat healthier, be more active, and overcome obstacles to change their lifestyle. South Heartland District Health Department and the Hastings Diabetes On Track Coalition can help you prevent diabetes.
Brandon Axmid and Lou Sievker here with you on NCN. And when all hope seemed lost for the Tigers, Lou, you have your backup quarterback pass for an 81-yard touchdown to Krings to cut this to a two-possession game.
Well, we talked about Burton being a good athlete, and maybe he didn't throw the same ball that Sinek does, but that looked like Sinek out there. That was a great pass. Put it on the money to Krings, who does what he does, and that's catch everything. Big-time receiver for Hastings, and that gets you, it gives you some momentum here. 56 seconds to go in the third quarter, and I think what it also does is it forces McCook maybe to, McCook, you don't want to just sit on the football and try to run clock here. You've got to be able to run your offense here, try to put points on the board, because you're only 2 scores ahead with a whole quarter to play.
You're going to have to still try to slow down that young man who's nearing 200 yards. There's a 5-yard pickup for Campbell.
He has been so good in this ball game. He started it out with that 59-yard touchdown run, second play of the ball game for McCook, and he has not stopped running since.
So we will have to see at least one more play here. 10 seconds on the play clock, 17 on the game clock. And Campbell taken down, no gain. Hastings says it's their ball, but it is McCook's. And that sends us to the fourth. So a 3rd and short. Coming up for the Bison. The Hastings with the spark of momentum, though, after that 81-yard touchdown pass. So here's the final play of the quarter. Tackle being made by Xander Lockling. 13-point game in Hastings. Don't go anywhere. McCook over the Tigers. Currently a trip to the Class B quarterfinals on the line.
Mid-Nebraska Lutheran Home in Newman Grove, located in a serene residential neighborhood, offering a faith-based community where residents feel at home. With private rooms and a wide range of activities, residents enjoy a vibrant and supportive environment. Their experienced and caring staff is dedicated to providing personalized care, ensuring each individual feels valued and connected. Mid-Nebraska Lutheran Home, where faith, care, and community come together. Schedule your tour today and experience the warmth.
By Area Substance and Alcohol Abuse Prevention. More info about vaping, alcohol, and opioid addiction at asaap-ne.org. 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the better bank. And by Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration.
Welcome back, 27-14. A big third down here for McCook, Lou. If you force a 3 and out for Hastings, you're feeling great.
Yeah, you certainly are. Feel like you definitely have a chance. McCook's trying to put together one of their patented long drives and run some clock and end it with points, maybe put this thing away.
Raleigh rolling out, look out. He gets the throw off. It's intercepted. INT Brody Dreher. And the Tigers take over at the 23.
That's a good job by Dreher, who is getting up slowly here, it looks like. But Dreher did a good job. First of all, this ball, Raleigh just kind of flung this thing. It hung up. And Dreher just does a good job getting in front of the McCook receiver, which I believe was Pullman, and make that interception.
So what will these final 11 minutes and 53 seconds have in store?
Boy, you go back to what we just said with McCook. You can't allow the big play. You got to force them to move the ball slowly down the field. And boy, I think if you're Hastings, you feel really good about yourself. You're down 2 scores, but you've got the momentum after that last touchdown pass.
And Verton, he can hit those hitch routes. Again, a connection to Krings, who had that 81-yarder. This time it goes for 11. This fourth quarter is brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org, our fourth quarter sponsor. For Verton, it'll set up 2nd down and 10.
Well, I think and he showed he can throw the football well. You know, I think if you're Hastings, you just run your offense, right? I mean, you allow him to have that opportunity anyway to continue making plays. I don't think you take anything off the table at this point, especially down 13.
You fake the pitch, you have the jet sweep, and that's up of about 9. That one going. Pickup by Shoemaker as McCook. 6 to play. 13-point game here in Hastings.
Step up to the starting line with Woodhouse Ford. Feel the power of the all-new 2025 Ford trucks and SUVs and shop with confidence at one of our 3 convenient locations. Your journey with Woodhouse doesn't end with your purchase. Our certified technicians guarantee your vehicle is running right to help you cross the finish line. Explore our huge selection in person or online and take advantage of current offers. Shop like a champion with Woodhouse Ford.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Stop by your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. USafe Pharmacy, dedicated to the well-being of all our customers. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, meeting your sales, service, and parts needs.
Third down and short for the Tigers. McCook wanted to take a timeout before this one. Bringing pressure up the middle, and Verton evades what would have been a sack and will move the chains.
Well, that's the athletic ability there, Verton. Be able to pick up that first down. Break a tackle, get that first down. See him there breaking the ankle tackle and then dives forward, picks up, again, that first down. Keep that drive alive.
Verton with plenty of time. Surveying the field and uncorks one. And that was on the money. Hartman just sort of misjudging it there on the jump ball.
Well, that pass looked a little bit like the McCook pass a minute ago. Under pressure, he just kind of chucks this one downfield.
The old 500, right?
Yeah, there you go. And it almost was very fruitful for Hastings.
Well, it's 2nd down and 10. The pitch, nowhere to go on the ground. I believe that was Sidlow on the carry. Sets up 3rd and long.
And Hastings has struggled on 3rd down here tonight. But this is a big one. Got to keep this drive. You need 2 scores. You score here, you really put pressure on McCook. If you don't, you give McCook the football back, get a chance to run some clock.
And Vert needs to look out. Again, Oliver Corbett, he has just been a menace on the edge tonight.
He's been running like a Corvette over there off that left side. He's been getting in there very quickly. And they've been guessing right. I would be interesting to maybe ask coach here. They keep blitzing from that side, from the back side where the quarterback doesn't see. And Corbett's been able to get to him. They didn't get the sack that time, but he disrupted that play. And boy, 4th down and 10. What do you do here? 9:49 to go. If you feel, I don't know. You still got 3 timeouts left. You probably could punt the football here. It's not exactly like it's 4th and 1. If you don't get it, you give McCook the short field with not only a chance to run clock, but a chance to maybe put the game away. So conversation here for Coach Shoemaker and his guys of, if you're going to go for it, you better have a pretty good play in mind, because that might be the ball game if you don't get it.
Hastings wanting to be intentional about this play, taking their first time out. You'd have to imagine that's because they're going to go for it here. And they, in fact, appear that they will. So 4th and long for the Tigers. Burton in a lot of trouble. Just has to throw it up and pray, and it drops to the ground. Good coverage by McCook. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, that was another one that Hastings nearly converted. That's a jump ball there that ends up going McCook's way on 4th down. You don't need to catch it, you just knock it down. Now that was the gamble that Coach Shoemaker took. You're still down 13. The bad news, the real bad news now is McCook has the football, chance to run some clock, and they have it in your territory at the 47.
Looks like there is some confusion there on the handoff, and it will go down as a loss of 3. Nice work by that Tiger defensive line.
Yeah, obviously imperative for Hastings that you get a stop here. It's a 3-yard loss.
Be sure to stay tuned for our Sarpy County Tourism Coaches post-game interview. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at gosarpy.com. Second and 13. And off to Campbell. Finds room right up the middle to set up 3rd and short. Pickup of about 11.
Yeah, that's a really good 2nd down pickup. 3rd down and 3. And again, we've mentioned this already with McCook. When they get in this 3rd down and 3 type situations, they're really tough because they're usually going to get at least 1 or 2 yards. And you're always thinking 4th down. Now, certainly inside Hastings territory, that's available for you. But that's where they've been a lot tonight, and they've been able to execute on those 3rd down and shorts.
And on this occasion, Campbell will be short. It's like right at a yard short.
Well, just like I said, they usually pick up at least 2 yards. And I'm sure they're going to go for it here at the 38. First down gives you obviously a new set of downs, but more importantly, it allows you to run more clock.
Oh. And the second effort by Campbell will do it.
Wow.
He may well have been short.
Man. You know, he's had a great night. That might have been the best run of the night. He's had bigger, longer runs, but none tougher than this. Look, he gets hit right about the line of scrimmage, Brandon. You're right. I don't think he gets to the first down, but yet he gets away and picks up a big gain and a first down. And, again, the big part of that is now you've got 3 more downs to run clock.
A backbreaker for the Tigers. We have believe an injury timeout here as Cooper Cole is slow to walk off the field for the Tigers, being helped by the training staff. Oh, excuse me, not Cole. Looks like that's Broen Hartman, number 8.
Yeah, he looks a little wobbly there. Hopefully he's all right.
All right, so play resumes, clock rolls, and again, it's McCook is going to take their sweet time here with a fresh set of downs. And Campbell bouncing it outside. First down and then some. Gain of 14.
Well, he was good in the first half. Had some big runs, and now when it's ball game on the line, he is making play after play. And McCook trying to put this game away now. You get a score here. You're already up 2 scores. You get a touchdown here. It's going to be next to impossible for Hastings to try to come back and win this game.
Six and a half and counting. Campbell.
Wow.
Lowers the shoulder. Touchdown number 4 for the senior. What a night he's having.
Yeah, that is an understatement, Brandon. He has been the man tonight. Tristan Campbell. You give a lot of credit to the guys in front of him. But he has been impossible to bring down. Squirts through the hole, just runs over the guy at the goal line. Tristan Campbell, you know, Coach said he's a competitor, and I would say that also is an understatement tonight. He has been absolutely unstoppable, especially with the game on the line here.
Had 11 touchdowns entering tonight. 4 more puts him at 15 on the season. As we do have an injured Tiger down in the end zone. We'll take a break. 6:23 to go. 33-14 McCook.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures, this world shopping. Star-studded evenings and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Area Substance and Alcohol Abuse Prevention. More info about vaping, alcohol, and opioid addiction at asaap-ne.org. 5 Points Bank of Hastings, the better bank. And by Mary Lanning Healthcare. Your care, our inspiration.
At the racetrack or the rat race round town, fuel matters. Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
So welcome back. An injured Tiger has been helped to his feet. Not quite sure who it is yet, but good to see he's standing and being helped by the training staff.
It's been a rough night tonight for Hastings with some injuries.
And it's Burton.
Oh,
So
boy.
Well, actually, no. Well, Burton looks to be helping, the injured Tiger.
Yeah.
So I believe it's Adam Rutt, the injured player.
Yeah, I mean, he's being helped off, but we've already seen one young man have to leave on a stretcher, so it's good to see him at least making his way off, albeit with a little bit of help. Granted, a couple Class B score updates while we're waiting here. Omaha Scott, you think they're for real? 49-7 in the fourth quarter over York.
Okay, I think that qualifies that, plus beating Bennington gives them some street cred.
Yeah, I'd say just a little bit anyway. Let's see, trying to find, I've not been able to find a Scotts Bluff score. That's a common opponent between both of these ball clubs here tonight. I did, was fourth quarter, Pius and Seward. Seward's the only undefeated team left in Class B. They were tied at 14 in the fourth quarter last I saw.
Well, we'll continue to keep you up to date on all the scores as they come in, as McCook will attempt the PAT here after Campbell scored his fourth touchdown of the night. And it's through. So the Bison back up by 20. 34-14 your score on the Aurora Cooperative Midway CDJ scoreboard. Go green with E15 and fill up at your A stop today for Aurora Cooperative. And if you're looking for a vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
We do have an update now on that Seward-Pius game. Seward has pulled ahead 21-14, fourth quarter in that one. And Omaha Scott final 49-7 over the York Dukes.
As previously mentioned, the winner will get Bennington. The winner of this contest faces the top-seeded Badgers next Friday.
Yeah, Bennington on the running clock game now, 41-0 over Northwest. So the Badgers, they're still pretty good. But that one loss, that's still a really, really good program.
And again, be sure to stay tuned to newschannelnebraska.com and follow our Twitter at NCN Sports. If you haven't, we will be announcing the two games we'll be covering next Friday, early next week. We go home, Lou. We get up and have an early morning conference call Saturday, decipher all of the brackets and all of the matchups that took place tonight, and then make the ultimate decision on where we're going to send our 2 TV trucks next Friday.
That's kind of like Saturday morning at the Pentagon.
Exactly what it is. Oh, and if the Cozad Haymakers win, which we need to find a score on that one, we would also have the Cozad stream online. And for our Cozad town in the Cozad telephone, they get the Cozad games as well. So we produce 3 contests.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, Brandon.
Oh, dang it.
Boys Town knocked off Cozad 27-0 tonight.
Well, still a great season by the Haymakers.
Really good year.
So to sum up, we'll have 2 official broadcasts next Friday as that passes incomplete.
Well, obviously very difficult for Hastings at this point. 6:10 to go. You're down 20 points. So if you're Hastings, you need a quick score here. If you get another one of those passes, an 81-yard passes, you would certainly take it. And if you're McCook, again, you keep things in front of you. Force them to burn clock. If they're going to score, make them chew up most of that clock.
Bison bringing pressure up the middle, and a flag comes in. Pass is complete, and the excellent athleticism by Verton to get away. It just may be coming back.
Yeah, it's a very obvious hold there. Trey Tiller, number 55 for McCook, was held, trying to chase down Verton. So this one definitely going to come back the other way.
Let's have another look, courtesy of Madison County Bank here.
Now it's a 55 there. And here you go. He just gets kind of ridden down. He got tackled.
Be sure to stay tuned for our USAVE Pharmacy Player of the Game, dedicated to the well-being of all of our customers. There's several candidates, so we'll talk to one of them. Always enjoy those post-game Player of the Game interviews as there's a completion and then pushed out of bounds. Krings, who had that 81-yarder earlier this half.
Yeah, that might be the most fun part of what I get to do is talking to these guys. First of all, the thing that probably shouldn't surprise me, but I mean, just how well these guys handle those interviews, you know. Sometimes it'd be a little intimidating talking on TV. So many of these guys just knock it out of the park. They're pros at it already in the high school level.
Lou, you're not giving yourself enough credit. It's because you're so approachable and non-threatening. You just bring it out of them.
Well, I did put deodorant on today, so.
Always a good start to the day when you
check
check that off your list.
Corbett again. Wow.
What a night he's having on the defensive side. Another sack for him.
I'm sure if you're watching game film, if you're Bennington, likely going to be McCook, you're going to watch 21. You're going to say, we got to keep him out of that backfield because he has been coming around that edge all night long and making plays. You know, certainly had the biggest defensive play of the game with that sack and the fumble recovery for the touchdown.
He's listed at 6'7", 190 on the roster I have.
Wow.
He's got a lot of speed to go with that size. Guess you don't have to take as many strides when you're that tall. Well, Tigers taking a timeout here with exactly 5 minutes to go. 34-14, your score in Hastings. Stay with us here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll wrap things up.
We are here, in the field, on your farm, in your community. For over 90 years, we've been serving you, our customers, our owners. October is National Co-op Month. This year, we're honoring our cooperatives past and looking forward to our future. The future is cooperative. The future is farmers' pride.
Sports is brought to you by Whoopers and Hoopers. For more information about upcoming youth and adult tournaments, check out Whoopers and Hoopers on Facebook. And by South Heartland District Health Department, serving Adams, Clay, Nuckolls, and Webster counties.
Fourth down for Hastings coming out of the timeout. Verton throwing on the run, and it's caught. What a pass by Verton. Eli Ventura with the reception. Hastings clings to life.
Looked like Ventura might have bobbled that a little bit, but able to secure it. We'll see it again here. Verton, good job to keep this play alive. Scrambles to his right. That's a tough throw across your body. Watch the bobble here just a little bit. He's able to secure it. And boy, that's a big, big play for Hastings. Not quite dead yet.
44 yards for the Tigers. Verton this time on a bubble screen to Krings. Krings turns on the afterburners, pushed out near the 5.
Yeah, Krings a good football player. Secures that catch. It gives the Tigers a goal-to-go situation.
Be sure to stay tuned for our top plays. We'll go over in the post-game. Top plays are brought to you by Currency. If your business needs financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers, all you need is Currency. Ball to Cole, and he will bowl his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hastings.
Well, there you go. You get on the board. They convert it. They get the big pass play. And then big touchdown there for Cooper Cole. Not a lot of time left, 4:22, but you know, it's not out of the question. Crazier things have happened. If you can get a turnover, maybe get a quick score, try to put pressure on that McCook ball club.
PAT is good. Back to a 14-point game. Cole's second touchdown of the night. Hastings trying to rally late. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school football on News Channel Nebraska. So an onside kick attempt upcoming for the Tigers, trying to formulate a late rally. And right before the kick, we have a whistle.
There you go, you get a little practice. Not sure what the stoppage was there. Did somebody call a timeout?
Looks like
McCook did.
Yep, the Bison take it, so each team with one timeout remaining.
Yeah, one timeout left for Hastings. That's why you're seeing a onside kick here. And you're down 2 scores, one timeout to go, 4:22. It's kind of in desperation mode, but boy, if you could get one here, you still have a chance. Real quick scoring update, final score, Waverly holds on against Norris, 17-16 in that one. That was the 6-11 matchup, and don't sleep on the Scottsbluff Bearcats. 42-20 lead in the third quarter against Gretna. That's a good football team.
All right, coming out of the timeout. Tigers will give this onside kick another shot. Winner of this contest gets to head to Bennington next Friday.
Yeah, that's your reward. You get to go to Bennington.
McCook had a 27-7 lead at halftime. And Hastings. It was there for the Tigers. It was there.
Oh, my goodness.
But the Bison get it.
So close. Oh my gosh. But it looked like Hastings had it. They just kind of threw a fake kick here and then come the other way with it. And kind of passive there by McCook. You wanted to step up there and get that football. They kind of stood back and allowed that ball to go 10 yards. And one of the Hastings players had his hands on it, just was not able to secure it. And that was Hastings' chance now. 4:21 to go, one timeout left, and a really good running attack that's going to chew up some clock here for McCook.
Campbell continuing his great night. He's already over 214 yards as that one goes for 6. Puts him at 220.
That's a good night. Considering that McCook had 110 yards rushing as a team the last time these two teams played. That was 4 weeks ago.
Well, I'd say the Bison figured out something tonight. Coach Vitrosky did his homework, and this running game has just been too much for the Tigers to stop consistently tonight, as that'll go for a first down.
Another first down means more time off the clock. Up by 13. This is very, very close to being a huge win for McCook, coming on the road here in the first round of the playoffs, a team that did not make the playoffs a year ago. And as we said earlier, Coach Vitrosky really feels like his team's playing the best football of the year. I won't argue with him. I think this team looks really good right now.
Interesting, too, because every scheduling cycle is a 2-year cycle, and they dropped down last cycle to Class C1. They come back to B this year, and it's, they're one of the smaller teams in Class B, but Coach Vitrosky said we're glad to be in Class B. Feels more like home. It's more familiar. And while missing the playoffs for the first time in over 20 years in C1, come back to B, and they appear to be on to the second round.
Yeah. There's something to be said for that as far as being a coach. Is you play the same teams every year, you kind of know what to expect. You end up in another class, and you've kind of got to learn a lot about a lot of different teams. And certainly this McCook team, even right now, a young football team.
Yeah, only, to your point, 8 seniors on this roster for the Bison. There's 8 more yards right up the middle.
They're going to have a penalty here. I think going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe that's going to be against Hastings.
.206 to go.
Should be, I think you're going to have a 15-yard penalty here, unsportsmanlike conduct.
That one going against Kiker. Just some frustration, obviously, with the situation. Tigers having a great year, but it appears to be that it's going to come to an end.
Yeah, he was on top of Davison and wasn't getting off. A little bit of a skirmish there, and the official right there throws the flag. Now under 2 minutes to go here, McCook obviously smelling a victory here.
Bison more than likely will wind this play clock all the way down, currently at 10.
And no reason to hurry now.
And end up getting a delay of game, I believe.
Well, they wanted, Hastings fans wanted a false start there, but it is a delay of game. And you're okay with that. You'll let the clock burn and
Well, Lou, while it appears the Bison will move on, maybe an easy question for you, but what has impressed you about this McCook team? Again, this is a team that lost to Hastings about a month ago, and by double digits. 38-23 was the score.
This team seemed like they were locked in from the get-go, and I'm just impressed with the confidence level that they played in this ball game with. That's a great defensive play, knocking McCook back. But this team felt like it seemed like they came on the road here feeling like they were the team that was expected to win, when I think most people were probably leaning toward Hastings being at home and already winning one. But McCook showed up and outplayed Hastings on their field, and I've just impressed with their general mindset of this team. They feel so confident right now, and they'll certainly need that next week against Bennington. But when you play with that mindset that you're not hoping to win, you're expecting to win, I think that's what McCook did here tonight.
We do have another flag on the field after the play. And it's against Hastings.
Well, that likely does it here. Cook's going to be able to probably go in victory formation at this point. Only one timeout left for Hastings. See if they run another play or not.
27 on the play clock, 1:02 to go if you do the math. This probably should be the last snap. And there it is. And we won't see another snap, I believe. 30 seconds on the clock. Play clock is at 25. Are they going to make us do one final play? We'll see. Regardless, though, the Bison are going to come out on top, and we won't see another snap. Clock winding down, the traveling fans ecstatic because the Bison are on to the next round. Your final score in this one, McCook 34, Hastings 21. The Bison avenge a loss to the Tigers earlier this season to extend their year, as they will travel to Bennington in the quarterfinals. Stay with us on News Channel Nebraska. Our post-game show is just around the corner. Coach's interview, player of the game interview, and top plays all coming up.
You want to know who's moving on in the Class B playoffs? I can tell you one team, and it's not the Hastings Tigers, it's the McCook Bison. They come on the road here tonight, and they knock off the Tigers 34-21. I'm joined now by Joe Vitrosky, the head coach of the Bison, and we'll talk to Mr. Campbell here in a minute. He did a few things tonight pretty well. Coach, first of all, one thing that stood out to me about your team is just the confidence level. You said you guys were playing your best football of the year. I'm a believer. What allowed you to be so confident in this ball game?
You know, I just think we've had last few weeks. Like I said in the pregame, we've been playing some good ball, and I think that's really translated into our practices, and I just feel like the guys are confident. The guys know that if we come out here and we play well and we execute, we got a chance to beat a team like Hastings. And we're just excited. We played well tonight. We really did some awesome things in all facets of the game. Tristan at tailback for us ran the ball extremely well. If we can put all those things together, we feel like we got a good chance in every game.
Well, just 4 weeks ago, you guys played Hastings here on the same field, and you had 110 yards rushing total. Tristan was over 200 by himself tonight. What was the difference?
I just think continuing to get better every week. I don't think it's anything more sophisticated than that. I think the guys just believing in the things that we're trying to lean on as a team, and I said that in the pregame that, as you go through a season, you try to find those things that you do well. And, I feel like, running the ball is always something we want to do. And I just feel like we have found some things that we just got to keep getting better at. And I feel like we've done that over the past few weeks. And, like I said, I'm just proud of our team coming out here tonight. We had a really good first half, and then Hastings is a really good team. They came back in the second half and battled back, but our guys were able to handle the adversity and was able to finish this one off.
We know, McCook, we know you guys like to run the football and you want to establish that running game, and it seemed like you did that very quickly, very early. Offensive line really opening some big holes. What were they doing well?
I just think that units continue to get better in each and every week, and they communicate well up front. Hastings was throwing a lot of different things at us, but we just feel like through our preparation that no matter what's presented to us, we feel like if we can communicate up front and we can execute, and I just feel like we got good players up there that can get it done, and they've been proving that the last all season, but particularly here down the stretch and in this playoff game.
Well, defensively, one of the guys that stood out was Oliver Corbett. It seemed like he was in the backfield all night long. It seemed like you guys were blitzing, and they were always blitzing the right way. He was coming up behind guys. He made the biggest defensive play of the game with that sack and the fumble recovery in the end zone. What did you see there, and what was he doing to become so dominant defensively?
Well, I think it was pretty obvious the first time around. We just weren't as aggressive as we needed to be. We kind of sat back a little bit, and Tucker Sinnek's a heck of a quarterback, and when you do that, he's going to throw really good balls throughout the game. And so this was a different game plan this time around to try to mix it up a little bit more, play a little bit more tighter coverage, bring some pressures. Yeah, I mean, when you bring the blitz and you bring the pressure, you hope you've scouted well enough and game plan enough, and that was a big moment of the game, that sack in the end zone for a touchdown. That was really a big point of the game, and Oliver's meant a lot to us all season, and he came up big tonight.
Well, good news, you guys get a win. Bad news is you have to go to Bennington and play. That's a really good football team. What are your early thoughts on Bennington?
Bennington's an exceptional program. For our guys, we're just focused on taking it one game at a time. Hastings had our whole focus. We wanted to come out and avenge our loss from week 6 because we weren't successful the first time around. So I'm really proud of the guys for coming out tonight and playing so well and executing. And that really leads into their preparation. Their preparation has been really good. And, Bennington's the next one up. And they're a heck of a team, but we really believe if we can go in there and execute and play well, that we give ourselves a chance. That's what we always talk to our guys, and we believe in that. If we play well, we believe we're going to have a chance in the end. And Bennington is going to be the next one up in the next round.
You guys are playing great football, and I definitely do think you have a chance next week. Coach, congratulations on a big win. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Joe Vetrosky. Let's see, your name is Tristan Campbell, right? 236 yards, 31 carries, 4 touchdowns. I think everybody knows who you are now. Well, we mentioned you guys struggled to run the ball last time. Yet you alone had so many yards and plays tonight. What was working offensively? How were you guys able to do that?
When everyone's kicking on all cylinders, I think we're a really good offense. And the Hogs up front, man, they opened it up for me tonight, and I couldn't do it without them. So, except the boys up front.
Yeah, the big guys up front did great. You had a 59-yard touchdown run there in that first half. Take me through that. What did you see? How did that play develop?
It was a counter play. Seen that there was one man to beat, made him move, and then I almost got caught in the end zone. But I was trying to run as fast as I could. But I don't know. The guys up front opened it up for me, so just read their blocks.
Now, Hastings made a little bit of a run on you, and then you had kind of a defining drive there where you put the game away, and you had some big plays. I remember one play, it looked like you were stopped. You were able to get the first down. Talk about your mentality there and how you're able to break tackles and make big plays down the stretch.
I think we're just a super tight group, and all of us know what we do for each other. And these seniors, man, they've worked extremely hard all season, and I wasn't gonna let them go down like that, knowing I could get that 2-yard gain and get us first down. So
we had all those rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on offense, but you played pretty well on defense too, and your team played very well on defense. Hastings is a good offensive team. How were you able to slow that game down? I know Sinek went out of the game, but you guys really slowed that passing attack down.
This week we worked extremely hard on covering the pass game because last time they had 300 yards on us, and we didn't want to come here and have that happen again. So all of us put our hard hats on and went to work this week, and it showed.
How confident is this team going to Bennington next week?
Really confident. We're hot at the right time, so that's all you can ask for.
I absolutely agree with you. Congratulations, not only on a super big game and a victory, but also being our player of the game.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
All right, that's Tristan Campbell, our player of the game. Brandon, let's send it back to you.
Thank you, Lou, and congratulations to Tristan again, our USAFE Pharmacy player of the game, where they are dedicated to the well-being of all of their customers at USAFE. And also thank you to Coach Vitrosky for doing our Sarpy County Tourism Coaches post-game interview. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Stay with us. We're taking one more break. We'll come back and do the top plays and wrap things up here from Hastings.
Stop into Zollner Ford of Beatrice and check out these great fall offers. A 2024 Ford F-250 starting at only $47,999, or choose 1.9% financing with approved credit. Check out ZollnerFordofBeatrice.com for our $399 a month lease specials on many models in stock. Check out the 2024 full-size hardtop Broncos starting as low as $39,999. We are Zollner Ford of Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, has several multi-specialty outreach physicians, including ear, nose, and throats, orthopedic surgery, urology, nephrology, general surgery, and pulmonology. Our physicians are all board certified. They have obtained the highest level of medical expertise in their field. Rated by our patients with a perfect 5 stars. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location, offers so much care, so close to home. Located in the Fountain Point Medical Building, Norfolk.
When we met with Angela, it was pretty simple. She showed us a number of plans that would be available and asked to look at our list of prescriptions to try to find the best possible supplement.
She's been very thorough and very thoughtful about keeping in touch with us.
I would certainly recommend Angela for any of your supplemental insurance needs. She's not there to sell you a product. She's there to make certain that the product that she finds for you is best suited for what you need.
Welcome back for one final time. 34-21 McCook is heading to Bennington next Friday as Hastings season comes to an end. 34-21 again, the final. Let's take a look at how it all happened with our top plays brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com. Class B playoffs on a Friday night. The number 9 seed McCook Bison traveling to Hastings to take on the 8th seeded Tigers. A rematch of a regular season contest where Hastings came out on top 38-23. I think the Bison might have remembered that one. Starting things off, second play from scrimmage, and it is a 59-yard touchdown run for Tristan Campbell, who came into this one with nearly 1,100 yards rushing. 7-0 McCook early on. An amazing play by Hastings' Chance Verton, the defensive end / receiver, getting the interception on the line, and it would set up the Tigers' first touchdown. As you have a nice strong run by Cooper Cole, the senior, pounds it in from 7 yards out. It's 7-7 halfway through the first. McCook answering right back. Campbell untouched into the end zone from 17 yards out. The Bison take a 14-7 lead heading into the second quarter. And in the second, Campbell finds the end zone again. So that's 3 touchdowns for the young man, with a quarter and a half gone in this one. So that makes it 20-7 after a missed PAT. Hastings with the ball and an amazing defensive play. This one by Oliver Corbett, the strip, sack, and score. He does all 3. He was wreaking havoc on the edge all night long. It makes it 27-7 heading into halftime, and Hastings starting quarterback, Tucker Sinek, who'd passed for nearly 2,000 yards, injured and out for the rest of the game. Coming out in the second half, you have Chance Verton. He had the interception on the defensive line. He completes that pass, 81 yards to Keithan Krings to give Hastings life. It's 27-14. McCook going to the air here, and it's intercepted by Brody Dreyer. And so early on in the fourth, it's a two-possession game. Tigers with the ball. Again, Verton in for Sinek as their signal caller went out injured. And there is Corbett again, causing problems, getting the sack on Verton on fourth down. McCook gets the ball back, and this is the fourth touchdown for Campbell. An unbelievable game for this young man. 236 yards on 31 carries and 4 touchdowns. Hastings not done, though, refusing to go away. Cole finds the end zone late to make it 34-21. They have an onside kick to try to get back into things, and unfortunately, they do not get it, and the Tigers are unable to rally. McCook avenges their loss earlier in the regular season, get the win when it matters most. It's the postseason, so their season continues. They head to Bennington next Friday to take on the Badgers. Hastings' season comes to an end at 6-4. Your final, 34-21.